Alright. We all watch YouTube. We all got our favorite hunting YouTubers like The Hunting Public, Chris B, Yappy Twan Twan, all those guys. And they're all amazing. But one thing I like to watch on YouTube is the cheap bow builds. And I always see the heading cheapest bow built the cheapest bow. And they get to the end and they're like $500, under $500. And I think my budget might be a little different than, or my idea of cheap might be a little different than some people. Because right here is my hunting bow that I use. I just got it 2 years ago. And I thought I was spending Trump change to get this thing. And this thing was about $500. It's a Mission MXR. And granted, it was about, I think it was $4.99. And I just swapped like the Whisker Biscuit and the cheap sight for my old bow, but they work just as good, so why do you gotta upgrade them? But like this is $500. And these people, they're doing cheap bow builds and they're like, for just $500 you can get into archery. And I'm like, for just $500 I can buy a used car off Facebook, but Craigslist, something. But basically that brings us to today's video of an actual, I think, cheapest bow build you can do. Now, fair warning, you gotta get someone to sell your bow cheap, or find one for free, because this thing was in a older gentleman's garage that was giving up bow hunting and like fishing, and he gave me a couple ice rods and he was getting out of it, and he said, well, if you'd use it, I would just give it to you. So I'm not saying that's always the case, but older guys that like hunting like to give their stuff to people they know are gonna use them or at least hang on to them. So like if you got a church, a local bar, wherever you got some friendly old guys to go and just chat them up and ask them about bow hunting. Say you want to get into bow hunting. Say you got an old thing laying around somewhere I could tune up and use. And I mean, hard to believe they'd say no, but you got it. People that hunt, they like helping people, so I gotta imagine you'd find one somewhere. But that's just what I did with that. So basically, bow's free in here. I have a trophy ridge sight on it, just from Fleet Farm. You guys know those run about anywhere from $25 to $40, so that's not terrible. Today we just went, I grabbed a cheap Whisker Biscuit, $20, if you can see that. And this here is actually a funny story. So this is a stabilizer. I went to the dump one day after cleaning out my house, and we had a trailer load of scrap and all that, and threw it in the dump, and there was an old bow laying in the dump. So that's another way to get a cheap bow. Go to the dump and dig through it. But so I took the bow, and I should show you that. I'll show you that quick. I'll go run and get it. It's buried in the garage. Got to bring the full story here. This, as I was throwing garbage out of the back of my trailer at the dump, and I saw this guy just twinkling in the sunlight there under a bunch of rubble. Now, I don't think you're supposed to take stuff from the dump, so don't go to the dump looking for stuff, but I mean, if you find a bowl laying there, I'd make sure I grabbed it. But this is an old PSC Boss 1 Impact. So really, this could be the cheapest bow build, because I wouldn't have had to buy a sight and a rest here, but I mean, God knows what kind of rest that. Do you see that? I don't know how good that'd work. But anyways, this little stabilizer, whatever was on it. And then this little rubber one was just 20 bucks at Fleet. So I grabbed it just to kind of soften the sound on this one. But we could really build this one too, just as easy. But just for something a little more. I think getting an older gentleman to either pawn you it off and just give it to you, or clean some leaves for the guy, pick up his yard, do something. Give him 50 bucks a pack of beer, I don't know. But basically we're just gonna, I've never claimed to be a bow tech either, so don't. All I'm doing is throwing a whisker biscuit on this thing and we're gonna go sight it in. We're not gonna paper tune it, we're not gonna do any of that stuff, because one, don't know how to, and two, I've never paper tuned that bow, and I've shot quite a few deer with it. So, is it good to do that stuff? Yeah. Did your great grandpappy do it when he was hunting with his recurve? No. And trust me, he shot bigger bucks than you do. At least bigger bucks than I do. But so we're just gonna throw this easy rest on here quick. Let me get all of this out here. Eesh. Making a mess. And then even you should have some. I think everybody's got a set of Allen wrenches laying around. Otherwise, this is. I think I got this about 6 years ago from Fleet Farm or somewhere, or I just ordered it off Amazon. This was like 10 bucks. It's got every size you need to adjust your bow. So we're just gonna. There's the wrong one. Where are we here? Okay. I'm gonna get that laid down there. Just like that. So it's for packaging purposes, they have that laying flat so it can fit in the package, but you definitely want to change that, because otherwise it ain't gonna fit on your bow. Then here you got your little washer to go with. Throw it on there. Well, arrows. You're gonna need arrows. So either you can buy it. You can probably get a pre-cut size, 20, 30, 40 bucks. Get some arrows. But the funny story with these are actually from a garage sale too. An older gentleman was getting rid of a bunch of arrows, and I mean, if you're just starting out, you don't need any UV arrows or 200, like, you don't need to spend 300 bucks on arrows. I mean, one thing you want to make sure the fletchings are all good. But even like you don't want to spend money on field points, go to some garage sales over the summer. Buy some cheap arrows, or find some cheap arrows, and just take the field points off those. That's all you gotta do. Yeah, the one thing you want to do with use, like, you want to make sure you got good fletchings on. So, what you can do is we picked these up too today from Fleet. Pack of these, 16 bucks, under 20 bucks. You can refletch them all. For the sake of time, I'm just going to pick the best ones that we have out of here to shoot. Just so you know, that's how you can do it. Get these, peel the old ones off. It's really slick, yeah. Slide it on, put it in boiling water, and you can make them pretty nice, actually. Or I guess maybe we could do a couple of them. I just don't want to, like, these don't have to be done. Or should I do, how many do I have? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't want to do all 6 of them. It's getting kind of dark. Yeah, for the sake of the video, since we're not shooting at a deer, we're not going to worry too much about that. But also, check out these broadheads that he had on here. Can you? Is that gonna focus? I mean, they're serrated. They're pretty. I use a mechanical broadhead, a Spitfire. Can you see it on here? There you go. Look at those things. I mean, that's a huge broadhead. But, so yeah, we're just gonna pick, like this one we'll be able to go with. Fletchings are good on that. We'll probably just pick 2 of the best ones in here. And then also probably the more expensive thing you need to actually start archery that no one really talks about. You need something to shoot at. You need a target. So, for sake of the video, and because it was a good excuse to buy another target, like I said, this is probably going to be the most expensive thing that if you're just getting into archery. I mean, this thing was 60 bucks, I think. 50, 60 bucks. A target. That was at Fleet Farm too. But really, if you can just get in touch with some people that have been in it for a while or are hunters getting out of it, they're nice. People love the sport and they want people to, the younger generation, to do it instead of sitting on their phones all day. So if they can help you, I think they'll help you. I'm just going to take these deadly. I could shoot at that target with it, but... And here, we'll just pick from one of our 72 used arrows we got. Pull a field tip off here. And I guess I'll bring my... When we go out, we'll go out and shoot this thing and kind of sight it in a little. And I'll bring my mission out there too and really compare them, because this thing isn't that... I mean, I can't believe he was giving it away, but it's not that old. Like, it's not like the straight limb old bows. Like, this is an older mission we got down here. And the limbs are just... Like, when you start getting the bows shaped like that with a more vertical limb, when you shoot it, it really jumps forward on you. And, like... That one's really not too vertical. I mean, it's got to be just a little more vertical than the one I shoot in. This one, I love this bow. I mean, and I've thought about upgrading it to, you know, a better rest and one that falls away completely, but I walk through such thick stuff going to hunt sometimes. I'd hit the string that holds that and I would ruin it and my hunt would be over, so... I mean, a whisker biscuit. I've never sailed one over a deer's back because of a whisker biscuit, so... Maybe because of some other things, but... Not because of whisker biscuit. They're pretty good usually. But if we're looking at these, and... Definitely longer. It's definitely got less of a break here with the limbs, but... I mean, I'm kind of excited to shoot that and see what it does feel like. We'll see. We'll see if I sail one, but yeah, and I wonder what... I haven't touched the weight on this thing. I'm going to shoot it through the side of my house. 60 pounds. And then you'll need a release too. Anywhere from $20 to $40, so... You really don't got to worry about breaking the bank with that either. So all in all, I mean, if you really want to get into it, go talk to an older guy. Talk to a grandpa or something. Just say, do you know anyone that's got a old bowl laying around they want to get rid of or they'd sell me? And then even ask for some tips about it. But so really, that bow was free. $30 sight. This was like 10 bucks. That I found in a junkyard. $20 whisker biscuit. You're going to have 20 bucks in a release and then 50, 60 bucks in a target. So, what? 2, 4, under 100 bucks. Almost dang near you could. If you could find arrows from an old gentleman too, just do it. Do what you got to do. Ask around. Sometimes you got to ask for help when you're starting out. I mean, I asked for help all the time. I mean, I don't know what in the Sam heck I'm talking about. So let's get this outside. See if we even get close to our new target there, and I'll shoot this a couple times, and maybe we'll compare it to my mission and see if it's close. So let's see outside. It ain't a bad bow. I don't know what. I think it's a Hoyt. I didn't even tell you the name of this bow, did I? Redhead XP35. See, are you gonna see it? No, you're not gonna see it. But I think it's a Hoyt. I didn't look up anything about it. The guy said he didn't want it. I said I'll take it. So let's go see how she shoots. I'm leaving my binocs inside and my rangefinder. Because let's be honest, if you're starting, you're not going to spend $200 on binoculars and $300 on a rangefinder. But here's my older. This one's seen its last days. It doesn't even stop an arrow anymore, but from shooting out here a bunch, I know that this is 20 yards to that stump in my backyard. But like, if you don't have a rangefinder, walk like this. Each step is a yard. Walk 20 of them, set your sight in, boom. I don't know if it's gonna be close. We'll see though. Or I don't know if it's gonna blow up. I've never shot it before. I'm just gonna aim low just in case. Okay. Bow didn't blow up. Sounded good. Felt good. Let's see if that 20 pin is kind of close, I guess, huh? We'll go right in the middle. Alright, we're pretty low, so we'll raise that up. But it didn't feel bad. Free bow. Can't complain. I'm just gonna move this up a little before I forget. Or was I low? I was low, move it down. You want to chase your arrow. So you shoot low, move your sight low. Whatever way the arrow's moving, that's where you're moving your sight. Again, I'm not trying to talk like I know what I'm talking about, but I know that. Anything else? Not much. Yeah, we're pretty low. It's pretty center though. Pretty low. There we go. Better safe than sorry though, instead of soaring it, launching it through the trees, and I want to get my neighbor's cats or something. That wouldn't be good. Okay, let's see if we got it close. Hey. She feels and sounds pretty good, boys. And girls. And whatever. Okay. So she's a little left. Say it with me. Shoot left, move left. I mean, I don't know what year that is. It's probably like it's got to be close to 20 years old. 2006, maybe a little less. We're not gonna go 30, 40, 50 with this. Maybe another video we will, but if you're brand new to hunting and you want to go this year, which it's already November and already gun season, and I already shot my bull buck, so I can't really, until gun season I can go out there and use that tag. I'll have to do odd videos like this. But if you're a new hunter, don't be shooting more than 20 yards anyways. I try not. I've been hunting for a while now. If it's farther than 30, I start to tingle. But it's all about how much you practice. But if it's your first time, get comfortable at 20, maybe go 30, and then just go out and sit. That's crazy that we're actually even this close, so. The cycle, I mean. They're definitely flying a little crooked, I think. I mean, don't listen to Uncle Nate here, but to me, if you can get within this far, can you see me? You're killing a deer. But if you have a little extra money, go get a paper tune. Go to, we have Antlers and Archery here, or even a Dunham's or something. I think they can do it for you. So you can tell they're kind of flying weird because of the angle. Okay, just to reassure myself here quick, I'm gonna send 2 with this down. This is, look at this. Shame on me. I mean, it's still good, but if your whisker biscuit starts looking like that, all frayed, change it. Am I gonna? Probably not. But I haven't noticed it affecting anything, so. No, see, maybe I should adjust my sight on my bow too. Let's see, my hunting bow. Let's aim here. Cheap bow. Not what it's not. It's not an actual cheap bow. It's a nice bow. I think I just got lucky with it. But I'll aim for this one with the quote-unquote cheap bow build. This one, my hunting bow. I hope the hunting bow wins, but we'll see. Let's do Mr. Cheapy first. Also hunting. You're gonna need camo. If you don't have camo, just wear something warm and go sit in the woods. But I think blue, I don't know, I think blue's bad. But just wear a flannel. Your grandpa hunted in a flannel. Just wear something warm. Go sit. There. Okay. Woohoo! I think that last one was pretty good. But you guys are probably watching this. 20 yards, dude, you can't hit a circle. Well, you're not wrong, but honestly, I shot my buck the second day of the season this year, I think it was. I haven't picked this thing up since, really, which I'm ashamed to say. Yeah, this is definitely tuned in a lot better, but that's just, I've been using this for 3 years. I think I hunt with that thing or shoot that thing for a week, it'll be just as spot on. I mean, and while we were at Fleet, they have total complete bows. Bear bows that are the brand Bear, not Bear like nothing on them. Bear bows for $300, which is a lot. But I mean, then you're not trying to go around the garage sales, I guess, and find stuff. But I mean, if you really are just trying to get in to see if you like it and experiment, find an old guy at church, talk him up. Ask him about some stories of him hunting. Just say you want to get in the bow. Any advice? Do you have an old bow? Maybe he doesn't talk to his grandkids ever. And he's like, you know what? I've been saving this bow for my grandkid, but he hasn't talked to me in 2 months or something. I don't know, 2 years. Yeah, we're definitely better with the hunting bow. Keep tuning that one up here the next couple days, and we'll see how far out we can go and actually do a challenge versus my hunting bow versus a free bow, basically. So we'll see. Okay, we're gonna go. We'll switch. Well, I'll go middle with my bow this time. Yeah, see, I just suck sometimes too. Sometimes it ain't the bow. It's the bowman, the bowsman, the archer, whatever you want, whatever. Bowsman, the bowsman. Just like it ain't the man with the fastest car that wins the race. It's the man that refuses to lose. Yeah. See. And then sometimes, no matter how much money you spend on your bow, if you're if you're not focusing before you shoot the thing, have I been that close the whole time? If you're not focusing before you shoot the thing, there we go. We'll fine tune it. I think next video is gonna be fine tuning cheapest bow build, and then I'll throw some clickbait in there like cheapest bow versus $5,000 bow, which I don't own a $5,000 bow, but hey, whatever pays the bills, you know. Let's go see. That's another thing. If you're getting into archery, number one, use a compound or a recurve, whatever. Don't use a crossbow, especially if I'm 26. If you buy a compound just because you don't want to miss a deer, that means you don't want to learn. Sorry, that's a rage subject for me. I apologize. I get a little worked up when I think about compound guys. Not compound guys, crossbow guys. Which my wife's father uses a crossbow. And I'm kidding. He's a very nice individual because he's probably watching this. But I mean, he's up there. He's almost 50. But if there's a chance we went to school together, like you're that age, and you're using a crossbow, I mean, I probably shouldn't say what I'm trying to say. Nice. There you go. As I was saying about crossbow hunting, what can you compare it to? I don't know. Nothing that's appropriate to say. Yeah, see, I gotta get back on shooting my bow here, because for during gun season, you can use your bow to harvest your buck tag, so to harvest your gun tag. So if in a couple weeks here I want to do that, I better start shooting every day. But I mean, crossbows. Crossbows, they have their place. See, I'm going on a rant. Can't get me talking about crossbow guys. I think there's a place for them. And I think that place is for... my father-in-law is gonna use his crossbow on me when he's seeing this. I mean, if you're a veteran, if you're old, if you have a disability, which who knows, maybe my father-in-law, maybe he does have a disability. I mean, he's out there sometimes. He's a little, I don't know. But, no, I'm just kidding. It just kind of chaps you when you see a guy around my age, 20 years old, 30 years old, using a crossbow. Or a 5-year-old. A 5-year-old using a crossbow. That's a little... I'm getting some touchy territory here, and I'm going to get some people mad, but... I think it's weird. I mean, they shouldn't be in bow season. They should be in, like, muzzleloader season or something. If they had their own little season, like, a week before bow actually started, that wouldn't be terrible. That wouldn't be too terrible. Now this turned into hating on crossbow guys. How did that happen? I was talking about how crossbow guys, weird guys, you know, those weird. There's some weird crossbow guys out there.
Do you want that shut or no?
No, I gotta get the bow still. Stuart. Penny. Got the fire going. Nice. I mean, I gotta say, at least if you're... Let me take it back on crossbow guys. No, I can't. Can't take it back. I can try, but... And it's okay to have different opinions. We've learned that this past... Well, I don't know if we learned that this past couple of years. This one's actually, it performed very well. Better than I thought it was going to perform. Closing statements. You can get into bow hunting very cheaply. Between the bow, your tag, buying a target to shoot, and I'm sure you got a buddy that will even let you use a target. But... And then just get a public land tag. Get Onyx. Look for public land. Just go. Don't even buy a stand. Sit on the ground. Grab a lawn chair. Or just kneel on the ground. I mean, a day in the woods is better than that. So, just go do it. Be in the woods. Enjoy nature. Enjoy what God made. See you next time.